refresh. Get that right there. Get that right there. That's off. There we go. We got one going there. All right, let's move it over to the in.
There's a call in the air, can you hear it ring? A vision of change, it's our time to bring. Gather round all you dreamers and doers. Together we're stronger, together we're movers. Lifting each voice, a chorus so bold. In the name of love, let our stories unfold. Every heart matters, every hand we lend. Welcome to the table where we all transcend. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative together, we'll answer the calls. No more division, it's time to unite. Each story, each struggle, it's our shared light. From every corner, let's lift and embrace, creating a future with compassion and grace. So let's build the bridges, let's cross every line. In the heart of the struggle, the stars will align. The promise of progress with every hand we lend. Welcome to the table where we all transcend. To the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative together, we'll answer the calls. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative, together we'll answer the calls. Together we'll rise. Together we'll fight. Hand in hand we'll chase the light. And we'll chase the light. Championing change, let's write our own song. With faith in each other, we can't go wrong. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative together, we'll answer the call. So come join the circle, take your place here. With love as our guide, we'll shed every fear. Welcome to the table, the time is now. In unity we stand, let's take our bow.
I got to start reading the damn book because I can't let that not get read. You know what I mean? Especially because he rewrote it and he rewrote all the chapters and everything like that. Anyways, welcome everybody back to the channel. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful night. We are getting ready and set up to rock and roll tonight. This is the eighth episode of Embers and Shadow campaign. We're super excited about this one. Well, I'm super excited about this one. Whether or not they're super excited is another story because they're yet to see what's about to happen. So we're gonna go ahead and just be like, oopsie. So we're gonna go ahead and just get all transferred over here. We're just getting everything set up and rocking and rolling, and we're gonna just go ahead and there we go. Why is this taking forever? Oh my goodness. Such stupidity sometimes. Such stupidity, guys. There we go. There we go. There it is. Okay, close that. You ever just get annoyed at how things work, man? I do. Stuff does not want to work out. Okay, so I got to bring that back up. Sorry. I got rid of the cameras. The cameras are back now. We're good to go. All right. So this is the 8th episode of the of Embers and Shadow campaign. You guys have gotten your dragons. You've investigated a little bit more of the keep. You found what was that creature's name again? The Lyrinth.
Lyrinth, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called.
That freaked you all out a little bit.
Lorithine or
the
Lorithine?
Lorithine. I'm trying to find it. Why can't I find it?
Yeah, I'm happy if I never see that thing again.
Fair enough. Where is it? Oh, here it is. There's the Lorithine, the Rune Watcher. You guys found this creature down in the lake below the keep, which you didn't know was a lake, and then you decided to go investigate it anyways, and it was a very scary kind of time. You guys got out of there really, really quickly, not before meeting the Lorithine, who questions some of your truths, questions some of your overall, genuineness. After getting out of there, you decided to go back up to the library where no one was there. And as you guys decided to investigate the library a little more, you decided to look for that tome that you'd been itching to get a hold of. And with a little bit of looking around, you did eventually find it on another top shelf. Hathor, you decided that you were going to climb the shelf again. And as your fingers were just caressing the edge of the book, the spine, you could feel it in your grasp. You heard a crack. And then as you looked down, your foot gave way, the shelf gave way, it broke. And as it broke, you pulled on one of the other shelves and fell backwards and landed right on the stone table with books falling all around you, the shelf tumbling to the ground. And as you land and all the books started landing around you, you noticed two figures standing in the doorway to the library. You could see Muka, the librarian, the small, short, 2.5 foot tall kobold, and behind him, Wild Oak, the 15-foot giant, just staring at you. At both of you, but more so at you, Hathor. You'd tried this once before and failed. You tried it a second time, failed again. As Muka took in his sight of his library being absolutely ransacked by your antics, he walked past and he simply looked at you and said, "You know what? If you want to read it, here you go." And he brought the book out from the 13th level in the library, just the swipe of his hand, and you just see it drift off the shelf and onto the stone table beside you. And as this happens, though, you see the books, the shelf, everything kind of just reassemble itself as if he waves his hand again, and it just starts putting things back as if it was meant to be. As you both stand up and you start looking at this book, that's that's got this indigo. I gotta find it again. There it is. Okay. The tome, it's bound in deep indigo leather, worn at the edges as though time itself has gnawed at its corners. Intricate silver inlay winds along the spine, forming a broken clock faced with no hands. Its hour marks replaced by strange glyphs that shimmer faintly when the book is tilted. A single rune, the symbol of Thalor, is present into the front cover, a spiral collapsing inward like an eye folding in on itself. The leather is warm to the touch, unnaturally so. And some say the surface seems to shift so slightly, as if the book remembers other versions of itself. Its clasps are made of bronze and shaped like an hourglass turned on its side. Unlatched by pressing A single hidden sigil, maybe? You don't know. You'll have to investigate. As you both stand there overlooking this tome, Wild Oak takes a step forward, slow but certain, his footsteps echoing softly across the stone floor. He stops beside you, resting one hand on the edge of the table. I feared this day, he murmurs, but I did not think it would come through. But I did not think it would come through you. His eyes moves first to you, Hathor, then shifts slowly towards Orlena. There's something ancient and knowing in his gaze, as if he sees more than the present moment. This tome has been here since the first riders, since the keep itself was carved from the mountainside. It appeared the moment the stone door pulsed, the first time it had done so that age. The first time it had done so since that age. Even I do not know what truths lie within its pages. His voice is low and steady, but beneath it runs a current of deepened concern. Concern for why the book has chosen to call to you. This is no ordinary relic. It is a knot in the weave of time, a mirror of what was and what might be. And it chose you because the hourglass has turned. The world shifts. You riders must rise. The tome pulses, stronger this time. On its surface, a silvery symbol shimmers into view, the spiral rune of Thalor. Wild Oak's voice drops to a near whisper. You stand on the threshold of remembrance, a ruin. Whatever truths lie within these pages, be sure you are ready to live them or die by them. Where am I looking here? Give me a second. I'm going to move you down there, and I'm going to bring you up here, actually. Go down here, and we're going to go over here and here, and we're going to go with Hathor. You seem to notice the front of this book shifting ever so slightly. And in the stillness of the chamber breaks like shattering glass. A wind, unseen and cold, stirs the air, not from any window or door, but from the tome itself. The torches lining the stone walls gutter and flicker one by one. Ancient books stacked high on the surrounding shelves begin to tremble. Some slide an inch forward, others rustle their pages in protest, as though stirred by a presence they dare not name. The great indigo tome on the table pulses faintly, like the beat of a buried heart. Wild Oak's eyes narrow. He steps back from the table, one hand resting gently on his chin. The winds do not stir in this place, he says low, more to himself than anyone. Not unless something very old begins to wake. Across the room, you notice Muka, normally unfazed, shifts uneasily on his haunches. His ears twitch. His golden eyes track the motion of a heavy volume that trembles off the shelf and lands with a sharp thud. I've never seen it do that before. Muka mutters, voice low and coarse thick with unease. And I've been here longer than most of the stone of these walls. A faint ticking begins to echo. Hathor, you hear? Slowly, deliberate, as though time itself was taking measure of the moment. Spiral on the rune, only the tome covers grows faintly. From the space around it, a whisper rises, neither voice nor wind, yet heard within the bones. 3 questions dark. The spiral deep, 3 keys through time's uncertain sleep. 3 times you'll stand, 3 times you'll fall, before the tome will seal to all. Truth once missed will not remain, its lock will wait till dusk or pain. So speak with care, step not in haste, for wrong turns feed the spiral's taste. The ticking stops. Spiral rune pulses one final time, bright enough to cast a brief shadow across the stone, then fades to a faint glow. Wild Oak exhales slowly, wearily. It's begun. Whatever the book holds, it's watching now. Mooka crouches lower, tail curled tightly. Careful what you tread. The spiral remembers more than we do. The tome's clasps, shudders once, the hourglass sigil humming, waiting for you to begin. You're now at the first trial. 3 threads must be pulled. 3 truths must be named. Fail, and time forgets you. All right.
Okay.
Hold on, give me a second here. This one is called The Eye Watches Itself. The spiral rune on the tome begins to slowly turn, like an eye unfurling. Silver glyphs coil outward along the surface of the leather, reshaping into unfamiliar constellations. A whispered voice curls from the book. I see through lies and faces. I know what hides in mirrors. Speak what I am, or remain shut to me. The riddle is, no face have I, yet I reflect all. I hold no truth, yet none see past me. I show you as you are, or as you fear to be.
Sure. Okay, how did that go again? No face.
No face have I, yet I reflect all. I hold no truth, yet none see past me. I show you as you are, or as you fear to be.
Well, she has to do something with the reflection. Okay.
So, yeah, the book has given you its first trial, its first riddle.
Okay. I don't know, from the way it sounds to me, it's like it's obviously a reflection. Face. Or is it a
You guys got to talk, like, you can talk amongst yourselves while, like, in your
Yeah,
characters, right?
yeah.
Okay. No.
Face I saw. Ooh, this is kind of tricky.
Yeah. Do you think? Honest?
I'm thinking of like it's like just the way that it sounded like a reflection, or like you're looking at it like an art piece in a way. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I want to say mirror, but it might be too obvious. I don't know.
mhm. Yeah, it does seem it's almost out of a well. Like, we look
Mm?
into a well, like you see your reflection.
Yeah. Is it possible to roll an intelligence check?
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll an intelligence here. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Um, that would be 13.
Be 13. You understand that from what this is gleaning, it's definitely looking like you were how do I say this? How do I say this? You see the book is the glyphs on the front are like turning as you are trying to decipher this riddle, as if like a eye is looking back at you. You notice that
Mm.
it holds similar characteristics to your eye.
I roll for perception to see if there's anything else, like in the tome where the riddle is, like any like other
Well, the book's
only
not
the eye.
open. It's
Okay.
this was
It's just
spoken to you. It spoke it to you.
whispered.
Yeah,
Okay.
you heard it, right? So,
Okay.
It's so mysterious. Uh,
as you guys are contemplating what the answer is, you're starting to see the eye slowly shut,
mm,
as if time is winding down
Okay.
for this riddle.
okay.
Let's
Could I hear
see.
the riddle one more time?
No face have I, yet I reflect all. I hold no truth, yet none see past me. I show you as you are, or as you fear to be.
As you fear to be. No face have I.
You're slowly seeing this eye disappear.
Go.
Yeah, now we got to be mindful of the answers too.
Is it I?
Is it eye?
Yeah. Like eyeball.
So is that what you're saying? Is that your
Yeah.
answer? Okay. As you see the eyes slowly start to turn, you see the book flash. You see a vivid memory. False? Truth? Maybe a life unlived? And in that, you take 6 points of psychic damage. The eye shuts. Blind again and sealed. Trial 2. Time has teeth. The silver inlay along the spine snaps into a form of a clock with no hands. A rhythmic tick begins, but it spreads and slows in chaotic pulse. The air smells faintly of dust and ash. A hollow voice echoes. All things come to me. I cradle empires. I gnaw through stairs. Name me and turn the hour. I have no shape, but shape all things. You cannot hold me, but I weigh heavy. Speak my name before I take yours.
That sounds like a shadow.
You see along the edge of the spine of the book, the silver inlay slowly like turning and disappearing as it starts from the top, going all the way to the bottom.
Oh,
Mm,
we can't lose this book. This is too
yeah.
important. Um, speak my name before I take yours. It weighs heavy. Forms, empires, or forms everything.
I
Um,
think I went too far.
I have a guess, but I don't want to take more damage.
What's your
uh,
guess? I'll see it.
okay, time or
I'll
aid.
say.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So he said time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll say time.
You see the silver inlay start to rapidly disappear as it gets down to the last moments. It just snaps. The ticking stops. The hourglass clasp glows amber and opens. A voice whispers, "You've named the current." You've succeeded on that one.
Eh,
Trial 3, the spiral of the shelf. The face you've forgotten. The spiral rune detaches from the book and levitates. All you see above is this swirling, majestic rune, just intricately, as if like you were to look at like a snake coiling in on itself. It becomes a swirling mirror, showing a twisted version of you. Not monstrous, but wrong. It speaks in your voice. I am who you might have been. I am the path you not walked. Face me and choose. Okay. Each of you must face one of these: the regretful, the corrupted, or the forgotten.
I'll do forgotten.
Grateful.
Okay. The regretful. It's an insight. A version who gave up and never became who they were. I need you to speak a truth on who that person might be.
Life, or like Hathor's life.
Yeah, if Hathor just gave up and never became who they are. What would that person look like?
If I hadn't gone to these mountains, if I hadn't made it all this way, I would have sat in my guilt and shame for not protecting my mother and withered away and done nothing to become who I am, to learn about being a rider and being solstice born and who I am, who my father was. I would have never accomplished all of this. And I would have been stuck in that village and never known who I actually am.
Accept. Now, Orlina, I need you to give me I need you to give me a version of who was erased from history, desperate to be remembered. As if your character was erased from history and desperate to be remembered.
Okay.
First, give me a persuasion or intimidation, either one.
I'll do persuasion.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
All right, I like the roll, but you still need to be able to convince me of this story.
Okay. Like me not being like in this world in a way.
A version of who was erased from history, desperate to be remembered, as if the bear attack won, as if your mother died. So, like, give me a thought process as if, like, what would have changed the person you are and not have been existed?
Like if like I wouldn't have been who I am if mom.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it and just get into the character and run it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I wouldn't know where it'd be if my mom still made it through the birth. Like I wouldn't have known what it felt like to be a solstice born. I would have probably just been still at home, and that bear attack wouldn't have happened, and who knows what my life would have been if she was here. Like things always happen for a reason, and it's always curious of it, like what would have happened if I didn't have those visions and those dreams. Like I wouldn't have been here. Who knows what life would be back home. I wouldn't be me. Shit, almost. Who thought of how life would be with not knowing who you are, in a way.
The reflection nods solemnly and fades. The rune spins once, then reseats itself in the book. You both feel a moment of eerie calm and hear who you are. You've passed 2 of 3. Do you wish to attempt? The eye watches itself.
Yeah.
One final answer. As you see the eye on the front of the book open up one last time. This time, it's closing much faster than it did before. And you have one chance. And it has to be quick because it looks like it's almost shut already.
Okay. This. Oh, I can't remember it now. It's like no. What if it's will? Like willpower. That's what's coming to my mind.
If you want to give it a shot,
You see the
one final
eyelids
answer.
are almost completely shut.
I'll say will. That's my answer for if it's the same riddle from the first one.
The eye shuts. The glyphs twist into a knot of silver and vanish. Blind again and sealed. You take 4 points of psychic damage. The final answer dies on the tongue. Ah. The silence that follows is absolute. Then, like a distant breath being exhaled, the air shifts, cold and heavy. The flickering torch light gutters as an invisible wind swirls through the chamber, pulling warmth from the stone walls. The tome before you shudders once, as though recoiling. Its spiral rune dims, flickering like a dying star. The faint ticking that echoed through the trials halt and reverses. A chilling rewind, as though time itself is pulling away from this moment. The open clasp snaps shut, bronze and final. The glow from the runes fade to nothing. The tome is closed once more. Its indigo leather seems duller now. The warmth gone, cold to the touch, still silent. Above the cover, a shimmer of silver scripts appears, just for a moment before vanishing like breath on glass. Not ready. Remember the hour turns again. Wild Oak stares at the book, face set with quiet sorrow. He bows his head, one hand tightened around his other arm. It judged and found the answers lacking. Time has shut its eyes once more. From the shadows, Muka narrows his gaze, tail flicking once behind him. His voice is cold and final. I told you, Some words must stay buried. Looks like the cost is too great for you. A silence settles over the chamber like ash. And though no voice speaks, the sense is clear. The tome remembers, and it will not open again until it chooses to. As the clasp shuts and the light fades, Wild Oak exhales, deep sorrowful. He doesn't speak for a moment, just places a hand on the sealed cover, almost like comforting a wounded friend. He looks at both of you. The tome does not reject out of cruelty. It waits, it watches, and it chooses the hour, not us. His expression lined with quiet resolve. Failure here does not mean you are unworthy. It means the path is not yet set, or that some of you still carry uncertainty in your hearts. He lets that linger. His eyes scanning the both of you. When you return, if you return, be more than ready. Be willing. The tome demands truth, not performance. Then after a long, solemn pause, you may not know it yet, but even now, it is learning you. He steps back, clasps his hands together. If you need me, I'll be in the dining hall. As he gets ready to slowly walk out of the room.
That was interesting.
Yeah. I really thought we were ready.
That's what I thought too.
It was calling, I thought that meant that we were ready to read it, but
Mm-hmm.
who knows how long we'll have to wait now.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if it was just like testing us in a way too, why it was calling us in a way, see what we're made of.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mhm. I know when we're ready, we'll be ready for it.
Yeah.
Sorry about the bookshelf, Muka.
Muga just shakes his head.
I feel like I'm never gonna get on his good side now. I deserve that. I deserve that. It's okay.
It's okay. It's like you said, it was calling to you, and like we have those urges to just act without our thinking of it properly in a way, but things happen for a reason, so maybe when it's time we'll be ready for that tome again.
Yep. The next time I feel a book calling me, I'll ask Muka.
Yeah. I'll do the same too.
That's good. And while you're asking Muka, I'll go get the book down and we'll work our way around him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder if Pocket can bake them like piglet cookies.
Yeah. Oh.
Wild Oak stops. He turns slowly and looks back at you. His brows lifting as if you'd asked if he'd ever wrestled with rock piglets. He repeats, blinking again.
Yeah, well, in our first situation, we kind of got on Muka's bad side. We were talking what his favorite food was. So Talk said piglets.
Muka lets
where
out
is
a
it?
low scoff behind you. She just nearly opened the damn threads of time, and now she wants to talk hogs? He snorts, muttering, "This realm's doomed." As he shakes his head and slowly starts to walk away. Wild Oak smiles. Wild Oak smiles. Not the knowing smile of sage, something gentler. Yes. 3, Ash, Ember, and Gristle. Ember once ate my boot while I was researching translocative sigils patterns I didn't notice that for 2 days. They thought me patient more than many apprentices did. They didn't care for prophecies and omens. They cared for food, warmth, and finding the one patch of clean earth to make a mess of. He looks back directly at both of you. Strange question, but not foolish. You asked the right thing at the right time, I guess. Taps his foot against the floor as a faint echo rings through the chamber. Remember the piglets, Orlina. When the world asks you to be fire or steel, remember what it is to be mud and breath and will. That kind of spirit, it survives what others don't.
Okay, Mr. Wild Oak, sir.
You hear Muko grumble from behind you guys. If a pig saves this world, I swear I'll eat my own damn books.
That would be the day, Muka. That would be the day. Anything is possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
And I mean, not actual, like, go get piglets and bake them. I meant to see if it could talk. It can make cookies shaped like piglets.
I got you. I got you.
I just want to make clear. I hope Wild Oak didn't think I was actually meaning that. Like, go hunting for pigs.
Pat Arlene on the shoulder. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I wonder what time it is, or if the sun's up or if the moon's out. It's hard to tell time in this place.
Here, I'll say a prayer. Dear God, what time is it?
I don't know. Dear God, what time is it?
Silence in the library.
You're in the library right now. You've been there for a couple of hours, and it was like midday when you guys went up there, so it's probably around dinner time.
Okay.
But Athor, your passive insight, you would have gleaned from when Wild Oak was talking about the piglets that, like, I guess he misses them. Or his pigs that he had. Yeah.
Is Wild Oak gone? Yeah. Has he gone? To the dining hall, or is he
He's
still
kind
there?
of like you can hear him kind of like stepping down the stairs right now. So he's not like gone, but he's definitely on his way. Like you can't see him anymore, but you can hear him stepping down the stone stairs.
Okay. Turn to Arlena. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't get pigs for Muka. I don't think that'd be very nice to Wild Oak. He seemed kind of partial to those pigs of his.
Yeah. You don't want to upset him either.
Yeah, he's a bit bigger than Muka.
Yeah. Who knows what he could do to us if we, have a piglet. Here, Muka, here's peace. We make him come with peace and that. And he sees
Yeah.
it. What have you done?
Bit bigger
Yeah.
than Muka.
And we have to figure out how to make peace with Wild Oak next.
For reference sake, Muka's like the size of Wild Oak's foot. Like legitimately, Wild Oak's foot is like the size of Muka. Like if you're just Muka was to lay down on the ground and fucking Wild Oak was to put his foot down, they'd be this like the same length.
That's so good.
That's why it's like so funny that you're saying that. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like Jesus. All right. So
Well,
what are you guys doing now?
you hungry?
Yeah, I'm
Really,
getting there. Yeah, I'm
I
getting there
kinda go
now
for
too.
some
Yeah.
fresh air at the library
Yeah.
stuff, being all
Let's
those
get
riddles and all that.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get some food and see what else we can. See what else training we have to do as well. I know there's probably a lot more coming.
And my dragon. So yeah, it's doing.
Hope they're getting along. Hope
Yeah.
they're getting at each other.
Yeah. Getting stronger.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
Make her way down to the dining room.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys enter Smoke and Bones, you see Wild Oak sitting there at a fairly the same table he's always sat at. You see a big pile of what looks like ore and roots and foliage of all kinds just on a plate in front of him. You see, like you did the other morning, that morning for breakfast, you see just a table at the end of by the front of the kitchen there, just filled with foods. You don't see Talkit anywhere, or hear her. But yeah, that's the good. And you see just Wild Oak just sitting there, eating away, crunching. Like stone on stone. It's just unsettling.
Is it good food today? Wild Oak, sir?
It's good food every day.
Go walk over and grab a plate. Start gathering some food.
As you guys are doing that, you feel give me a perception check, both of you, please.
Okay. It'll be 16.
And that would be 18.
Nice. As you guys are gathering food and everything that, you feel a shudder through the keep, like a vibration. Not quite a growl, but as if something is happening. And then suddenly you hear large growls happening from out in the courtyard.
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it doesn't. Better go
Yeah.
see what's going on.
Yep. Put my plate down, run out there.
Me too. I'll get my fist ready.
Okay. You guys sprint down the stairs. As you come close to the iron doors, and you're about to walk through them, they burst open into the corridor, and Hathor, you see your dragon fly through them. Not so much fly, but look like it's been tossed through the doors, and it lands on its side, tumbling. It gains its composure, lands on its feet, and then it just like rips back out again. And as you guys glance through the iron doors, you see your dragon, Orlina, kind of up on its haunch legs, its wings spanned large. You can't really tell with your insight whether or not they're fighting intently or if it's sparring between them.
I'm going to walk over to mine.
Aggressively. You're just going to walk over to yours?
Yeah, I'm going to walk over and that hands on hips here going, hey, what are you guys doing?
Give me a, you're just going to walk over to a large dragon that is, give me a.
I'm staying by the doors, just saying.
Yeah, give me, would it be athletics or acrobatics to stay on your feet?
I have a feeling it might be athletics.
Athletics is strength. Acrobatics is more dexterity. Like, give me an acrobatics check, please, to see whether or not you stay on your feet. All right.
Maybe 17.
As you walk over with your hands on your hips and you're strutting over to these two large dragons fighting, and yours is up on its haunches and its wings are visibly like unfurling and like beating into the air. You notice that you start getting pushed back. Like you take a step and now your feet are sliding across the stones as you're getting pushed back because the immense power coming from your dragon's wings. And just as you attempt to say something, Hathor, your dragon takes to the air and slams into the front of Orlina's dragon and just knocks it back. But its talons are dug into the ground strong enough that it just pushes it back. From this interaction, you guys could tell that Hathor, your dragon's faster, more agile. But if it came to a straight strength competition, if these two were to fight in brute strength, that Orlina's dragon would win. As when you see your dragon hit Orlina's in the chest, you see both of its arms come down, wrapping down onto yours again, Hathor, and just turn and throw yours again. You don't
run.
You run? Okay.
I'm gonna be running out there and like shouting, "Hey, stop it!"
They don't respond to either one of you.
Turn to Orlina. What are they doing? Why are they fighting?
I do not know. Hopefully they're not hurting each other. No, we have to keep them in line. I'm going to look at mine. I'm just going to yell, Rigor, cut it out. Try to intimidate it. To
give me intimidation.
4.
You see your dragon turn and look at you. Its nostrils flaring as what can only be seen as like a dust smoke curling out of them. And you hear in your mind, Rigor, how fitting. As he turns back, lands on its front legs, and charges at Hathor's dragon. He's not stopping.
Oh, no.
How far away am I from them?
Oh, you're solid. You're not close to them. You're like a solid 50, 60 feet now.
Okay,
They were able to push far. Like, you got to think about, you're what, 5'3", 5'4", or 5'6", however tall you are. These things are like 25 feet long. So the immense power that they'd be hitting each other, they're not going to knock each other only 5 feet. They're going to knock each other like 25 feet when things happen. You know what I mean? They're fighting. Okay, what are you doing? He did not listen to you.
I'm gonna just yell it again. Rigor, you cut it out and you get over here right now, mister. I am talking to you. You guys are supposed to stay in line. Wild Oak told us to keep you in line here, and you guys are pulling this crap. You get your butt over here right now, mister.
You see Rigor pounce as he's about to land on Orleana's dragon. It shifts with enough momentum to grab onto Rigor's front legs and turn. And as it happens, you see Rigor curl and blow into the far wall. Hathor, you see your dragon regain its composure and take to its feet. Orleana, Rigor just lands against the wall and again snorts as it looks at you and goes, "Who are you to command me?"
We are one, my friend. You guys are pulling this crap right now, and you don't want Wild Oak to come out here and cause hell. Who knows what he's going to do to you guys. So you guys cut the crap. No more playing around here. Cut it out. Or I'm coming over there and I'm going to give you more heck right now, mister.
Hathor, you see your dragon with what can only be described as immense speed dart from side to side as it comes in, closing in on Rigor, and turns quickly and lashes out with its tail and smokes Rigor right in the side.
No, Pyre, stop it! Ugh.
You hear Rigor unleash a whimper cry from the immense thrash of this tail. As Hathor, your dragon turns to you with this amber heat like drifting from its nostrils, and you hear fire. That'll do. But he goes to turn back to Rigor to strike again. And it's this moment that suddenly, as if like thunder broke the sky and just pierced, you hear behind you as if like he just fell from the heavens. Wild Oak just onto the ground. And before you guys could either say anything else again, you see this stone and root giant just burst past you with speed. And before Pyre can slash at Rigor again, Wild Oak manages to get there in time and grab Pyre by the tail and pull with one gust as you see your dragon hit the ground and get just ragdolled to the side. And Wild Oak just says one word. Enough! As both your dragons just go from on their sides to sitting, their tails curled up around them. And you hear like a screeching call come from Rigor. You don't understand what he's saying, but it's as if he's communicating to Wild Oak. And then you hear the same screeching call come from Pyre, also trying to communicate. And Wild Oak just looks at both of them and goes, damn adolescent dragons. He turns back to both of you and goes, you need to get them under control. You need to fly with them. You need to burn off their energy. They're getting complacent.
Okay. I'll look at my dragon and non-verbalize, but say it too. It's like, see what happened now, mister? You guys fucking behave once. Wouldn't be in this situation.
Rigor looks at you and goes, maybe if you knew what you were doing. As if he squints at you, shakes his head, and starts to walk away.
You don't shake your head and walk away from me, mister. I'm not done with you. You get back over here right now.
I'll just glare at Pyre.
Make me.
Alright, so I'm gonna run after my dragon and I'm gonna lay the smack down on him.
You're gonna go and hit your dragon?
No, I'm not gonna hit him. I'm gonna like jump on him and like
Oh.
What are you doing?
onto the saddle. I'm
Okay.
gonna run to the dragon and I'm gonna, if there's anything that I could use to help me jump up onto the saddle and just sit there and just like let him know it's like, like I'm new. I'm still figuring this out here.
Okay,
I don't need
give
your
me
teenage attitude.
okay, give me an acrobatics first.
Okay. That would be 12.
All right. Give me a second here. Oh, it's cocked. You're lucky. Shit. You know what? He's walking away from you. You have advantage on this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me roll again.
Roll one more time.
Okay.
What does it fucking
12
matter?
again.
You managed to get to him. You do manage to. You climb up onto the saddle, and as you grab on, what do you say?
I'm gonna say halt and stand still for a moment. And
as you do that, Rigor turns his head, looks at you, and just goes, about time, as his wings unfurl from the sides, and he just one beat, and he lifts from the ground. Are you hanging on right now?
I am hanging on. Yep.
All right, give me a athletics check, please. All right. No, good. That's good. That's good. With a second beat, he just and just lifts higher into the air, and another one higher into the air, and you hear as he just kind of just goes, "Hope you're ready," and as he just starts taking off into the sky. He is basically heading directly for a mountain right now. The mountain that's across from you guys that has the caverns and all stuff that were across from you from the door. Mm-hmm. That's where he's heading. He's heading in that direction right now.
Okay. Can I try animal handling and just say, you know what? Like, I see where you're going. Turn left. Like,
you're gonna try animal handling? All right.
Yeah.
Give me that roll.
It'll be 6.
You tell him to turn left, but you don't quite understand how to bank and adjust and where you're supposed to go. And as you attempt, you've done something wrong, as he just laughs. This antagonistic laugh. And without notice, I'd like you to give me another athletics, please.
It'll be 9.
9. As you notice, he abruptly shifts and goes right. Before you have a chance to fully react, you lose your edge. You are holding on to the pommel, but you are hanging off the side of the saddle right now and drifting through the air. And you hear in your head, would you like to try again?
Of course, you know what, I see what you're doing here, Rigor. You know what? The only way to learn how to fly is by doing it. So let's fucking get this over with, bud. Let's go.
All right.
I'll try, try to get my momentum back up onto the saddle.
Give me another. Yeah, that would be athletics. Another athletics. All right.
17.
You're able to shift your weight enough to counterbalance, and you're able to get your leg back over top of the saddle. But it is this moment when that happens that Rigor nosedives, and right now he's gone into the caverns that you were in, and he's pulsing through those caverns aggressively. Hathor, what are you doing?
Well, I would have called Adelina, but she probably wouldn't have been able to hear me.
Orlena's gone.
What was that?
Oh, she's okay. Turn to Pyre and just be like, well, suppose we should catch up to them. I'm still mad at you for your behavior, your attitude, but
I don't feel like it.
you don't
As he
feel
turns,
like it?
as he turns from you and starts walking away.
You don't feel like it? What does that mean?
I'm not interested.
In flying? You gotta exercise those wings somehow. You can't just be fighting Rigor all the time.
He's just walking away from you right now.
All right, then. Stomp after him. Put my one hand on the saddle. Just try and start climbing up.
All right. Give me an athletics. No, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you would give me an athletics because he's not running right now. Oh shit!
Oh,
All right. Okay. You managed to climb up into the saddle.
Nice.
You're mounted firmly. Pyre turns and just glances at you. And you see this devilish grin that you don't quite understand how a dragon can smile.
What mean?
As he looks at you and just goes, I hope you're ready. And you see him grab one side of the wall, pull himself up, grab the other side of the top of the wall, and just launch himself into the air. And as he does, his wings cut back on his side as he goes over the wall and goes into a steep dive. And that's when you see his wings come flying right back out again as he into the air. The speed is immense. I would like you to give me another athletics check, please. 11. Okay. You are able to, with the natural 20 climb on, you do find yourself with a firm grip and I'll give you advantage on this to begin with because you were able to mount yourself quite well. So roll one more time. Okay, what the fuck, guys? Oh my god! I'll give you advantage. You roll the same number again. Okay, whatever, fine. Then no advantage for anyone. Okay, no advantage for anyone.
That's how we roll.
We're gonna decline.
But with the natural 20, you still manage to seat yourself quite well, and you brace yourself because you remembered the drop from the first time. And you knew that you had suspicions that the same thing would happen. So you were able to properly maintain your grip as you're going down. And as you see Pyre unfurl his wings and just bank up again. What are you doing?
Teeming his name all the way down. I don't want to scream, but
Go ahead. It's part of the thing. Go ahead. You don't have to scream. You can just say it though, right?
Fire! Why? Just fly normally. Why are you flying like that?
I'll say whispering in the wind, teenagers, right?
Pyre responds, prove your worth. As he again banks hard to the right. I'd like you to give me another athletics.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No.
I don't want to die.
As he says, prove your worth. You're over the chasm that splits between the cavern and the cavern and the front gate. And as he banks right, incredibly hard, you still thought you had the grip that you had, but unfortunately you lose it. Your hand comes completely off the pommel. You slide completely to the left. And as you feel like you are falling from the saddle, you are not able to reach the pommel in time as you grasp at air. You fully lose your complete footing. But the stirrup that was at the side that held your foot, you managed to slip your foot all the way through, and you are hanging on the side of your dragon simply by the stirrup that holds you there,
Oh my gosh. Fire!
upside down.
Fire! Get me back to solid ground now.
As you say that, you see Pyre enter into the cavern, and you see Rigor and Orlina up ahead. He looks down at you. He sees you hanging and just shakes his head. Like, deep exhale. As you see him kind of reach and try to grasp at you with one of his claws. But he can't quite reach you. And you are right now catching Orlina and Rigor very quickly, as Pyre's definitely demonstrating his speed and agility in the air. Orlina, what are you doing? What's going on?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna lean myself, like still holding on to the pommel, but lean onto Rigor and just listen to him and like just say, okay, like it's like the only way to learn is, doing this. So like,
Well, say it. Like.
so
So in this scenario, like, instead of telling me what you're going to do, just
yeah.
say what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, play the character.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lean over onto him. Okay, Rigor, I know the only way we're gonna learn how to fly is by doing it, but you gotta work with me on this. Like, help me out. What else am I supposed to do to help you, like, control more better as of flying?
I'm not here to tell you how to take control.
Is it at the keep we're gonna learn how to control?
Come
And
and
it,
screaming
Well,
now.
yeah. As you are leaning into your dragon, Orlina, and you're attempting to, you know what? Give me a persuasion for what you said. All right. As you're attempting to persuade Rigor about on becoming more efficient at commanding, you notice on your left side, Pyre has caught up to you. You also notice Hathor dangling from the left side of Pyre, upside down, with her boot stuck in one of the stirrups.
Help!
okay, okay, Rigor, we have a situation. God help Hathor. I want you to go lower and fly underneath Pyre. And I want to help Hathor out and try to get her back on the saddle. We got this, bud. We're one.
Give me an animal handling.
That's 10 all day.
All right. You command Rigor to drop low. He does. He doesn't quite shift to where you want him to shift to.
Rigor, shift to the way I want us to go. go towards Hathor.
Give me a persuasion.
It'll be 11.
You see Rigor shake his head. Fine. As he drifts underneath. But as he's getting closer to underneath Pyre's belly, you can barely reach Hathor from where you are. Hathor, you notice Pyre is getting incredibly aggravated at where Rigor is. And well in midair, goes to swipe at Rigor with his tail. You're muted. Or not muted, but yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Pyre, no! He's trying to help. Could you just stop fighting for 2 seconds? If I fall, if my boot gives way, then I die and you die, okay? Let Rigor help.
Give me a persuasion with advantage on that.
No.
You get one more. You get one more. You get one more.
Okay.
You get two.
Okay.
Don't be in the natural
Please
one.
don't double. Please don't double again.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So you take the higher.
I'll be pushing my arms up trying to reach. Like, come on.
Okay. And I still add to that, right?
Yeah, you still add to that. Yes.
Okay. So that would be 11.
11. Okay. As you compel Pyre, you see him go to back up for another strike, but he takes a moment. He looks down at you and he lowers a little bit. Fine.
Cute.
I guess you make a compelling argument.
Yeah.
Orlina, you're able to reach Hathor right now.
Alrighty. I'll push her back up. Like,
Okay, I will allow a athletics check with advantage to pull yourself back up, Hathor. Oh shit.
Okay. That would be an 11. I guess.
11.
oh, nice.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. With Orlina's help, you are able to stabilize and reach up, and you are able to grab onto the pommel. You can't quite get your leg over yet, but you have resituated yourself to be able to remount, if you will. As this is all happening, the pace in which both your dragons are flying break the bottom of the cavern. And as they do, you see the snow and the cascading pines that you traveled through earlier break open. Both dragons are low enough that you can see the drifts of snow get pelted from side to side and just give way. You see the tops of the pines as they cross over just rattle and shake the snow that has covered them for however long, break free. Orlina, I'd like you to give me a athletics, please, as Rigor decides to break off and turn left.
That'll be 12 all day.
You've started to suspect and earn a feeling of when Rigor's going to make a decision. You haven't fully grasped the ability to command his decisions, but you're starting to anticipate them. And as you do, you grip on to the pommel hard enough that you anticipate as he breaks left. And as he does, his tail comes down like a thundering boom and hits one of the pines, and all you hear is it just cracks and splits this tree almost completely in half. This tree that stands easily 150, 200 feet tall. You manage to anticipate his movements as he starts to break out on the left side of Pyre. You get a feeling that he's trying to catch him in race now. Orlina. No, Hathor. What are you trying to do?
I mean, I'm gripping onto that pommel for dear life. Just trying to, like, get myself pretty stable. And you said Pyre was trying to chase after Rigor?
No, so Rigor is trying to race with Pyre now. You guys are almost equal. Rigor's on your left now.
Okay. Say to Pyre, like, well, so long as you don't hurt him or me or Orlina, how fast can you go?
Look at Rigor. Like, what are you trying to do? You trying to race him?
Hathor. Again, Pyre looks back at you. And he shows this devilish grin as he shakes his head, but this time it's not in like defiance, it's in excitement as you see his horns just shift and his neck as it goes through shift from side to side like a coiling snake as it kind of like he gets ready. And as he does that, you feel like he shifts enough that he's helping you to get back onto the saddle. Please give me a athletics with advantage. Oh, fuck.
Heck. Okay. Math. What is math?
What is math?
13.
Not bad.
Right? Yes.
13? With athletics?
For athletics? With advantage? Athletics? Yes. Right? Yeah.
No. So advantage, you take the best roll and then you add your plus modifier. So you would take the 6 and you add your 4 to it. So it would be 10.
That's the math. Yes.
Yeah, that's the math. Still, it passes. So that's all that matters.
Okay.
You feel this urge to settle yourself into the saddle. And as Pyre shifts his weight, you get up and you manage to reseat yourself. And then you hear, hold on, as you see Pyre's wings furl out. And then instead of flapping down, you see them kind of angle down and push back against his side. And as they do that, you see this boom of heat push out from behind him. And as he does that, you see the trees down below just ripple, just out as if a shock wave just hit them, shattering all the snow from the tops of them as Pyre just shock waves forward. Orlina, you see this change in, you see Hathor regain her seating on top of Pyre. But then you see this boom of energy, like exhausting heat, explode forward, and Pyre takes a dash through the air at alarming speed.
Holy smokes. Well, looks like he's fast. Well, pat my dragon. I know you're strong, though. Catch up to him.
I'll try, I guess. As you see Rigor just, again, same thing. His tail just like snaps behind you. His wings unfurl, pump down, and then out again. He brushes the air with more of a solid strike instead of a boom. His pace isn't as fast as Pyre's, but he seems to be able to be more stoic and endurance in the air. He's not quite catching up. He is still lagging behind, but you are about to both get to the end of the valley, and there is a cliff face in front of you. Pyre reaches it first. Hathor, you guys are just about to get to it when you hear, "What now?" Can't hear you.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I swear. Uh, Can you stop smoothly?
You want me to stop?
Yeah. Break.
Oh. Wouldn't it be smarter to just go up? But all right. As you beckon Pyre to stop, his pace is incredibly fast. The cliffside is encroaching at a pace in which you don't really believe the words. And as he decides to attempt to stop, his wings furl out hard. His hind legs bring down as you see them coming out, like as if a eagle's talons are going to snatch a fish out of the water. His tail is wavering in the air behind, just flickering from side to side violently as you see his wings break out hard and spread massively. You're starting to get the idea that if you didn't before, your dragon is much larger than it was the first time you rode him. As he starts to slow and this cliff face is coming toward you, he violently crushes into the side of the cliff. You see rock and shale splinter out as he grabs onto it and just gallops and pulls himself up the side of the cliff. As he's getting to the top in the precipice, as he grabs to it, you could tell that the force in which he hit the wall was very great and was uncomforting to him. I would like you to give me a acrobatics check, please. 11. Okay. The force was great enough that as you hit, it feels like you come off the saddle, but then slam back into it incredibly hard. The aggressiveness that you hit the saddle kind of makes you understand how hard it was that he hit this cliff, that it wasn't probably the smoothest transition. You can hear what seems to be a frantic heartbeat. It feels like your beat is pounding out of your chest, but it doesn't feel like it's your heartbeat at this time. As he climbs and hits the precipice of the cliff edge, the entrance to the area where you guys first saw the pines. Orlina, you watch Pyre hit this cliff with such ferocity from the outside that you see parts of the cliff and the walkway that you guys used to get down shatter and fall to the ground.
Holy smokes.
It's such force that it does not look like it was gentle. What do you do? What are you doing?
I'm still like, I'm starting to catch up to that part, like where they were landing on the cliff.
So essentially the way this is rocked out, to the speed in which you guys are going, Pyre hitting the cliffs and climbing up them would be enough time for you to just be at the cliff face as well.
Okay.
Like you're not about to hit it, but you're in range now.
Okay, Rigor, go up. Go up and let's pray for a miracle and the land. Try to land gently next to them too.
So wait, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna ask Rigor I'm letting Rigor know to go up because of how.
So you want him to bank up?
Banked up, yeah.
All right. Give me an animal handling, please.
6. Come on.
You pull back on the pommel. There's almost no response. Rigor shakes his whole body as if to deny your command, but understand where it's coming from. The mountain is encroaching quite quickly. The cliff face is encroaching quite quickly. And as he gets close enough, he does bank up a little. Enough that it feels like your command worked, but in defiance. As he gets to the edge just beside Pyre, as Pyre clears the precipice, you see Rigor's tail come down and smoke the cliff edge. And as it does, it shatters part of that cliff right beside Pyre, probably a solid 10 feet away, and break and splinter shale and rock all off the side of it as it all starts to tumble down. But it wasn't a hard enough bank that Rigor still makes contact with the mountain that breaks the cliff side. But as if he's hits it and he's galloping up it in a way. Unsure-footed, but solid enough that he kind of has an idea of where he kind of wants to go from it.
Okay.
Hathor, what are you commanding Pyre to do?
I'm gonna apologize. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't realize how fast you were going. I thought you could stop in time.
You just hear a growl. That's all.
I'm sorry. I'll get better at this whole riding thing. I promise. So I don't want to hurt you. We're supposed to be a team.
Then lead.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Well. Want to go for a flight? Are you up to it?
I guess we can try again.
Okay.
As he reaches the precipice, you can see Orlina and Rigor kind of clawing into the mountainside as they climb up the mountain. But then you see Pyre just kind of take his claws, dig in, and shove himself off as if he's falling backwards. His wings collapse in on his sides as he starts to spin into a nosedive, heading towards down towards the ground where the pines all separate. And you hear, what next?
How far do you think the tip of this island is away?
I would have no idea.
Let's
But
see if we can find it.
Okay. So what do you want me to do?
Well, let's see how far we can make it.
He's in a nosedive right now,
Okay.
heading towards the ground. That's what.
Alright,
That's
well-
yeah.
Yeah. Let's level out.
Level out. All right,
Level
give me animal handling, please.
Oh boy.
Oh shit!
Oh.
There you go. Okay. Okay. So first, I want you to give me what you're saying to do this. Like, I want you to give me what your instructions are.
Okay, so he's in a nosedive, so I'm saying come out of the dive, level out.
Well, no, say it. That's what I'm saying. Like, say it as your character.
Okay, I see. Okay, I understand. All right, Pyre. Let's level out and start aiming for above the mountains.
Oh, all right. Here we go. As he's coming down through the nosedive, you see him shake his head again. The same ripple that goes through his neck, like a coiling snake. You see the spines going down his neck just shift from side to side as his wings, which are pinned against him right now, break out, but not fully. They break out just half to be able to like grab the air and pull out of the nosedive. And as he does, you are down about halfway through the pines, and he spreads into the trees, which you see his wings just furl out hard. And as they do, you see him slice right through two of the trees with ease as he brings them down in that same angled form again and pulses back. And as he does that, you see him come right out of the pines with a booming speed that just rattles the rest of the trees around you. The cavern is moments ahead of you as you see him not head into the cavern, but head up the side of the cavern as you are heading towards the bank, the peaks of the edges of this cavern. Orlina, you notice as you see Pyre just ripple the trees as he explodes with immense power out of a nosedive. And he's climbing the side of one of the mountains that is easily a couple of kilometers away. The amount of force that he had coming out of those pines was so great. And you hear in your head from Rhaegar, "We'll never catch him."
Yeah, it seems like Pyre's a really fast dragon. But I know you have your own benefits, Sir Rhaegar. Let's see what else we can do here. Let's go for another flight. Let's see what we can do, bud.
All right. We'll try again. As he grips into the side of the mountain, pulls himself up, and he's in this gallop. But he gets to the edge of one of the peaks that's careening off to the edge, and you see him kind of like just go off the edge and then just float there for a second as he dives to his right, going down. What now?
Oh, let's level out, spread those wings, and I'm curious about the mountains. Like, let's see what else we can find up here. Find out while we're out here. Only way we can become one and do this is take an action.
All right, give me a animal handling. Oh, so close. I was fucking hoping you would get a natural 22 and I could fucking really go off. But you're close enough that I can still go off. Yeah. All right. Orlina, you already told me you commanded him. So
Yeah.
you see Rhaegar just dropping, and as he is, you hear a laugh that you didn't think a dragon could make. As his wings burst out each side with a violent gust of wind, as he craters down towards, and he gets low enough that he hits the mountainside with his feet, and as he does, just takes out a large chunk of the rock face, but he doesn't wince in any way. Ooh, keep the camera like that. That's actually really good. That's a good size to have. That's a good way to have your camera, because it actually sets up a lot more frame for me to have.
This way?
No, the other way. The way you had it. Yeah, that way.
Okay.
But he doesn't wince from the impact as if he welcomes it. As he bursts past over top of the rocky cliff edges that line the side of the pines. And you see him just, unlike Pyre, who uses massive booms to propel himself forward, Rhaegar has a more classic intent with his wings, as if to glide on the air. As he starts to crane up the left side of the cavern face, Pyre is floating on the air before he lets out another boom. But when this boom happens, you hear this small and soft laugh in the air, Hathor, as you see Pyre slowly turn as you are hanging upside down, as he's slowly turning through the air, as he's going up this cliffside. He is climbing ever so quickly and with such grace that his wings come out again, and he booms again. And as he booms a second time, you see him get just within feet of the mountain's edge, as you can see these rocks and these jutted black teeth of this mountain craning out from each side as he weaves gracefully through them. Rhaegar again pounces and beats the air with his wings so harsh, but he's gaining more speed and more momentum. But the way he's doing it is, every time you come across one of these jagged teeth on the left side of this mountain, you're seeing him almost grip and rip into the mountain itself and use it to pull himself ever further and faster through the sky. And as you both get ready to break the peak of the cavern, you ascend to a level in which the clouds are now enveloping the top of this peak. You enter into this area where you have no sight. You cannot see anything. You have to react on blind faith, in which your dragons have total control right now. They have the ability to anticipate the incoming dangers, and you can't see anything. Hathor, what are you saying?
Holding on a little bit tighter to the pommel. So, can you see, Pyre? Because I can't, and I trust you. I trust you. But are you good?
I
Good?
can see the heavens. I can see the stars. I can feel the sun. Would you like to feel the sun? As he says this, you feel this irradiating heat starting to envelop Pyre from beneath you. You can see what can only be considered glowing embers and molten sun flowing through his veins. You can see his wings starting to illuminate with this golden aura as he lets one final boom out And as he does, you break the cloud base. And all you can see in front of you as this blinding light from the sun just penetrates every possible part of you and Pyre. For miles, you can see clouds. You can see a couple of peaks breaking the cloud base. But it feels like you're in an entire new atmosphere. You see nothing but sky. Can't hear you again.
Check it. Ah, are you serious? Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I swear. New headphones next session. I promise. Whoa. Oh, I wish I could spend all day up here. It's so beautiful.
As you feel this energy, you can't quite tell what it is until you start to see Pyre, this like ember flame start to build in his chest. And slowly, as if like interlocking locks are just interchanging themselves, it builds and builds and starts to climb up his chest into his throat. And as it's going up and pop, 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 each section as it's building even more. And then all of a sudden, he emits this molten blast out of his mouth as if to claim the sky as his own. This roar that breaks the sound, the deafening sound up there that just erupts as you see this fire just emit out from him. Orlina, you've entered this cloud base. You can't see anything. You have to trust Rhaegar. What are you doing?
Okay, Rhaegar. I can't see right now, but I have a feeling to trust you. You know what? Do what you do, buddy. You do what feels right for you to get us through this thick cloud area.
As you feel the beat of his wings, you hear, I feel the mountains. I feel the earths, the roots and the soil. We will endure. And as he just one final and you break the cloud base. As you break the cloud base, just then you see ahead of you Orlina, you see Hathor ahead of you on Pyre. You see Pyre with this interlocking glowing ember coming up his chest through his throat, then suddenly this blast of flame. And you feel this rumble coming from beneath you. This breaking of shale, if you would. Cracking of stone, shaking of branches. Just this immovable endurance of stone and trees as it builds up, and you could hear it crackling in Rhaegar's chest. You can feel it pushing through his neck and into his throat. And as he gets up there, he emits this roar. And as he does, this violent brown, green, just twisting mist is expelled as he breaks the cloud base, and this roar that matches Pyre's, guttural and incense, just echoing as both your dragons climb and climb a little bit more. You notice as they're getting closer that mist that Rigor is emitting seems to catch a spark or two from Pyre's breath and pops here and there. And as your dragons climb and they look like they're slowly intertwining with one another, finally Rigor's mist becomes intertwined with Pyre's breath, and you see this swirl of chaotic ember and flame that just pops as it swirls into a final vortex of heat and earth come together and just melt and create this blast before they both stop. And you hover there, looking at one another. Pyre and Rhaegar looking at one another. Pyre lets out and you just see the ember smoke just bellow from his nostrils. Rhaegar shakes his head a little bit, does the same. You see the dust and smoke released from his nostrils. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
Holy crap.
So awesome.
Yeah. Hello, finishing move.
Hello, finishing move. Hello, finishing move is what the guy says. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, yeah. I didn't know if we'd get there. That was definitely, yeah.
That was something. Holy crap.
You didn't open the tome, but you got to fly your dragons.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you got that one just dangling, just seeing that.
Oh my
just Hathor just arms dangling down, going, ah!
Holding
Don't
on
drop
to
me.
myself.
Don't
Oh
drop
my
me.
Don't.
Oh
You
my
will
goodness.
die. I will die. It will not be good.
That was
I
good. That
suggest
was
you
good.
Watch How to Train Your Dragon so you get more info of how to train your dragons.
Yeah.
No, you guys did well. You guys did well with that one. It was exciting. It was fun.
It was definitely fun. Ooh.
Yeah. So you got to fly them a little more. Yeah. You definitely learning more and more about them. So that's good. That's good. That was a fun session. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself.
That was fun. Oh, good laughs.
You didn't get to open the
Yeah.
book, but that's all right. It
There you
happens.
go.
It happens.
Clearly, we weren't ready. So
No.
Next time.
next time.
Mooka's piglets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild
yeah,
Oaks piglets. Wild Oaks
Wild
pigs,
Oaks
actually.
Pigs. Yes.
Pigs. But yeah. All right. So hello guys and everything like that. I hope everyone here had a good time. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We're gonna be live again next oh, what is going on here? Oh, there it is. We're gonna be live again next Tuesday. That Tuesday is gonna work for us, so we're gonna live next Tuesday. We're trying to make it every Tuesday. Episode 9 will air. If you want to come and join us and hang out, that would be absolutely amazing. We had a lot of fun this time, and I'm excited to do it. Really, at the end of the day, I hope you guys are having fun too and excited to do it as well. You seem to be. You're laughing lots, so I guess that's always a
Oh, yeah.
positive. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to see what's happening Saturday too.
yeah, that's gonna be a fun
Oh,
one
yeah.
too. If you guys don't know, we also have another campaign that runs on Saturday nights. It's in more of an in-person one. This is online, and we do have an in-person one on Saturday nights. Same time, 9 p.m. PST. If you ever want to come along and watch that one as well. But we're loving having you guys here, and it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy. I believe it or not. Okay. Yes, I like playing, and I would love to play again, but I really enjoy being a DM. It's a lot of fun. It's charismatic. It's entertaining. It's bringing a world to life for people to enjoy. It's a lot like writing a book, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not.
In a way, we just
in a way, I
dictate
guess
how-
it is
how the
kind of
story's
like
gonna go.
I give you guys environments, and you guys try to create the story behind the environment. So yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed what was going on, please go ahead and hit that subscribe or that follow button or whatever it is, that button that you got to hit. We'd really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Deuces.
Have a good night, everyone. Woo.